again.
I don't think we're gonna have a normal as it was. I think we're gonna have to get used to a new normal, right? Like we were saying, everyone has a face mask now. You know. I don't know, man. I mean, things are supposed to open up here in the next month or two. I feel like. But I don't know what effect the depression in the economy is going to take. You know, I just worry about that.
Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. Hope you guys are having a good day. Before we start, like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell, notifications. Today's guest is a familiar face. He's been on here before, maybe about 5 months ago. What's up, Fonze?
It's a beautiful day, man.
It is a very
God
beautiful
is good.
day. God is very good. What have you been up to? It's been like 5 months.
I know. Man, praise God, I still have a job. Still working
really?
with Wells Fargo, so that's
Okay.
good. Working from my apartment.
There you go.
What else? Surviving, man.
Surviving?
I was in Lubbock last Saturday night because I
Okay.
went to go visit. My cousin lives there.
Okay.
Because I break up the San Antonio drive into 2 parts. So I'll hit Lubbock for one day,
Okay.
rest, catch up with family. And then that way the drive to Roswell was just 2.5 hours, just pretty quick.
There you go.
And I got to Roswell Sunday. Yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday. Dang. So there you go. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing fine?
Everybody's doing good, man. We were supposed to be in Mexico this week. I was supposed to be there yesterday for basically a big-ass party.
Okay.
Mexico parties for like 2 weeks right around now. What a little city where I'm from. Like bands in the street, parades.
I think
The
you was
schools
telling
closed
us about
down.
that last time you was on.
Yeah, and that shit got canceled. So
Damn.
I'm
That
here.
seems like the norm now.
right, yeah.
What is your
Vacations to
take
the
on
roof.
all of this?
Um,
Because you are, I feel like you're super, maybe not as deep, but maybe you can clarify it, like into the political thing with all this stuff.
man, I haven't been keeping up with it a lot just because it stresses me out to be on the news the whole time, you know?
Okay.
So, and it's just the same shit over and over again. So, once in a while, I'll just check my app, anything new that I need to know about, nothing, okay, move on, Netflix. But with COVID, I think Texas is ready to open up, first of all.
Okay.
I think Governor Abbott is he was supposed to say something today, actually, about opening up. People are tired of it, man. And I think the biggest thing was to not overload the hospitals, right? So we flattened the curve enough to where, at least in Texas anyway, and I feel like New Mexico also, they have plenty of beds, plenty of ICU space, plenty of ventilators. So people are going to get sick. Like, we can't beat it. It's not going to go away. It's here for a while, right? But at least it wasn't this massive amount of sick people all at once and overload the medical system, right?
Okay.
So I think that's what it was. So now I think slowly we're going to start to try to open things up and see if, you know, maybe not like NBA games and like sports things and like concerts and stuff, but small things I feel like are going to start opening back
So
up.
probably like local
Like
businesses,
I'd like to see
stuff
that.
like that's gonna.
I think so. That's just my opinion.
I think it's gonna reopen and then close back down as fast as it reopens.
You think another wave is going to
I
hit or
think
what?
it's another wave gonna hit.
I think
supposed to.
that's kind of been my
as much
prediction.
as I don't want it to happen, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
to
it's
say.
supposed to. No, you're right. Historically, I think it's happened.
See, I think if people were to take the proper precautions, are you taking any personal precautions yourself?
So, in San Antonio, you cannot leave your house without a mask. Anywhere you go, everybody's got a mask on.
Okay.
So, and I see similar things here where no more than 6 people in a building, or 6 feet apart, and then no more than like 10 people in a building.
Right.
Stuff like that. Wash my hands all the time.
But I feel like that should be a habit, you guys.
I feel like a lot of Americans were just dirty, you know, and like never wash. Like they go take a piss and not wash their hands. You know.
Yes, I see that
I
a
mean,
lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done it too. So I feel like now we're just like, I gotta wash, you know. So that's good.
Are they doing any type of like if you're not wearing a mask? What are the repercussions
I
of
think
that?
you do get a fine if I'm not mistaken.
Oh damn!
It may be something small. It may be like the cop just gives you a stern talking to. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
But they can penalize you some way.
Let's go to San Antonio and test it out.
I don't want to because Texas is strict.
Y'all get the death penalty. Probably,
Yeah,
right?
probably just for not wearing a mask.
They'll think that you're immigrants because you're from New Mexico.
Yeah, we're brown.
And then death penalty or deportation.
We are kind of darker too now since we've been going out.
I'm just saying, bro.
We're a little
Texas
bit
is the
darker
one
now.
place.
You
Maybe
were
California too.
He's dark, huh? I
He
just
is really
looked over
dark.
and he kind of looked like a brother.
Dog, I have been outside a lot. That's, I think, something that I've always loved being outside, but I think I've taken this opportunity to love it even
I
more.
love being outside.
It's like, now I'm like, cool.
I actually went on a hike for the first time in my life.
For real, isn't hiking great?
It was cool.
Where did you go?
We went to
Ruidoso.
It was really we
Ruidoso's a good
just golfed,
spot.
but it was like fucking mountain, bro. We were on top of it.
Yeah,
It's
it was
nice,
pretty extreme.
man.
And this fool decided to wear Crocs.
That's a bad idea.
We felt good afterwards. So.
Okay. I mean,
You
just
could have
kinda
had
shoot.
the Crocs in the car for afterwards, but for the
I love hiking, man. It's nice to like get away from the traffic and the office building.
you know what was strange
stores.
though? There was a buttload of people there.
Mm.
I think that's why I think with the whole like reopening, I think they need to establish a rule that if you're gonna be out, you have to wear a mask. I think that's gonna be like the new normal.
That'd be good.
Do you remember like before COVID, the Asian community would wear masks just to wear them, and everyone, what the fuck are these folks doing?
That is true.
They
I
were
have,
riding that wave fast.
I have a buddy that used to live in Korea, and he said that the pollution is so bad there that everyone wears a mask all
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're just inhaling carcinogens, and you could get cancer. Like they're tiny little particles, but over many years of you living there, like it'll give you. So
Yeah.
it's pretty popular there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's what I feel like is gonna, because I thought that they voted, or maybe the governors decided on what states were gonna be reopened. I thought Texas fell into that category.
They were the first. one of the
It's
first
all up
ones.
to the governor, right?
Right.
It looks like.
And I heard today New York's governor decided that they're probably gonna extend the lockdown
They
past
should.
May
I was
15th.
gonna say 30.
New York got it bad, huh?
Yeah, New York got it bad. Didn't Dallas get it bad though?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I
Did
thought they hit like 7,000 cases.
Yeah,
At
one
one
of my old
point.
bosses, his daughter worked there, and he kind of flew her back in because he was like, "Yo, this shit's crazy." And she's here, but she quarantined herself for 14 days before she went out. They have like a rich like doctor friend, like a little
course.
outhouse. So
Have you encountered anybody you might know that might have it or whatever?
Praise God, no.
No.
I don't know any. I haven't met a person that knows a person that's had it.
Mom said that her pharmacist, his mother-in-law passed away in Delaware like the other day from COVID.
passed away from
Passed
COVID
away.
or just passed away.
No, passed
and then
away.
Happened to have.
I don't know, man. That's
Because it's kind
I
of
don't know them personally.
It's like, oh, 7-year-old man dies, but he had COVID. It's like, did he really die from COVID, or is he just 7-year-old?
I
and
don't
he
know.
was
I can't
dying
play
early?
the whole conspiracy thing.
It's kind of weird though that it just hits old people. Like, of course, old people are gonna die, so they just throw that little COVID number out there.
I don't know. Like I haven't gotten a mask. I don't wear a mask.
I have a mask.
Have you been wearing a
I've-
mask?
I have to, yeah.
Oh, you have to though.
But I had some from, like in my tool shed. I think I bought them because I was painting something or working on something,
Mhm.
and I just had them from years ago, and I was like, oh sweet, I can use those. They're those nice 3M N95
Okay.
masks, the little filter on it.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't mean, he came in. He comes in with the one every day for work, and I was like, "Where do you get your mask?" What he's like, I don't know. This guy like a couple months ago gave us like 300 of them, and we just have them in our garage, and I just take one every day. I was
Oh,
like, "That's
yeah.
clutch."
That is clutch.
Yeah.
Some people are like, think about the people that planned for like the
Apocalypse.
apocalypse stuff where they had their little
Gas mask.
not gas masks, where they're like preppers,
yeah.
where they have their little, what is it called, like their dugout thing going
They
on.
have a shelter, right?
Yeah. And they're probably like stocked with canned food and all this random crap
That's
with
what I've been
water
thinking.
and
Like the couponers probably have like masks, and then they just use coupons just to buy the mask, and now they have like probably a shelf full of masks. Just
that is
sitting.
weird. What do you think about the economy?
I-
Oil's plummeted.
Man, I read an article that it's supposed to get really bad. Like, because compared to the 1930 crash, like
Uh-huh.
the unemployment percentage is much higher, and not to mention like, it just scares me that they're just printing money. Like, the national debt is growing, which means our dollar is worth less because there's more dollars being printed, right? It's great that we're all getting stimulus checks, right? But at the same time, like, it's just a credit card. Like, it's a massive credit card that the government has. And they're just like, print more money, print more money, print more money. And it's just like, fuck, where is this money coming from? Who's going to pay it? You know? The debt ceiling is like 15 trillion. You can't even imagine that fucking number. Like, what does that
That's
even mean?
a lot of money.
I've always thought about that. They say the United States is in debt. Like, who we in debt to?
China.
So China buys the debt, and there's other like huge financial institutions that buys debt, and then they're also called like securities and bonds, and they get traded on the stock market. Like, you can buy debt, and you get paid like an interest for it or something like that.
That's wild. I ain't even think.
Yeah, it's kind of scary because I have a friend. She's in the like blood service industry thing where they get the donations of blood. She said that they're letting go of people, and it was odd because I thought what's her name Grisham had the theory of opening up here about May 15th. That's
15 days
the date right now that people are thinking, and so I'm like, why would they? Of all things, blood I feel like is very needed.
A necessity for sure.
Yeah, why would they be letting them go? And it just throws me for a loop.
I started thinking about when you said that just now. Maybe they're not testing us, so they can't test everybody's fucking stuff. What if you have it in your system you don't even know? Like, what is 14 days before you get a symptom of COVID? So if you have it and you're drawing blood and try to give it to Fonze, you done fuck Fonze up, dog. Now he got COVID. It's like, come on.
I guess so.
It's
I'm
like,
not sure what happens there. But
Yeah, it's just strange because I feel like people are still being let go, and then there's incidences where companies are like, for instance, we won't say the name, but they're making most of your guys come back to work.
all our fucked up old people.
Yeah, the older people that they were more susceptible of getting the whole thing is like, hey, unfortunately, it's been this long. You either come back, risk it, or we can't continue to pay you. But then I'm not sure if they were given the option of unemployment or, being laid off or whatever. So that's a kind of
that's the sad part about
it's crazy to see what the world is right now.
it is.
I've done a little bit of research, and I don't remember a time where it wasn't just like the United States, but the entire globe, world in itself is in a frenzy.
I've never seen so many people unemployed in my life. I'm like, fuck, it's crazy.
And it's weird to think that you say that you think it's going to get worse. What's worse?
Well, the depression, like, I think from what I was reading, like, banks are very reluctant to loan money now. And if they just keep printing out money, then they're going to raise interest rates and money just won't be available, and not to mention, like, if people are unable to make their house payments anymore because now they don't have a job, or because their employer got hit so hard that now they're just bankrupt and they had to close, for example, they can't make their mortgage payments. I foresee a lot of foreclosures happening on homes. I foresee a lot of businesses that just can't recuperate from 3 months of no income, right? However long it was. I think that a lot of people won't be able to bounce back.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, like a recession or like you said, depression. What is it? Depression, is that what it's called?
Yeah, because recession is like getting there, and then depression is the bottom.
Yeah.
And we have nowhere to go but up now.
Yeah, like,
That would be weird
that's
because
the worst.
I don't know, man. That would be a sad day
I don't know what the
for the moment. Because, man, oil plummeted to what, the worst in forever?
It was like negative $30-something, right? So the oil companies had to pay people to take the oil as opposed to selling it, right? They were losing money when they were producing, which is crazy.
See, that's odd to even think that that's even a thing. It's like, I have to get rid of this, so take it. Here you go. There's $38.
Take my oil and my money.
That's why, but see, that's the sketchy part is those people that are in that field, it's like, well, not to this extreme, but it's so uncertain. Your job security is never for sure.
That's what I've heard. The boom and bust cycle of oil.
When it's up, you're good, and when it's down, you're screwed. So there shouldn't be a surprise there. And so, I don't know. How long? What have you thought about? Like how long you think this could last? Some say, a couple more months.
When you say this, are you talking about the lockdown?
I'm saying in general, like when is normal going to be normal again?
I don't think we're going to have a normal as it was. I think we're going to have to get used to a new normal, right? Like we were saying, everyone has a face mask now, I don't know, man. I mean, things are supposed to open up here in the next month or two, I feel like. But I don't know what effect the depression in the economy is going to take. I just worry about that, and I worry because I know in San Antonio, like the food bank in San Antonio can't keep up with the demand. Like there's a ton of people that just can't buy food, like don't have enough money to buy food, and so like you just think about the 1930s when people were in literally bread lines, soup lines that were just for blocks and blocks and blocks, lines of people just lining up to get food for the day. I hope we don't get to that. I'd like to be an optimist and think that we'll take care of our people, but it's just going to be a new normal. It's not going to be how it was before.
I think that too. And I think, what? It's going to be a sad day when sports, because I'm a big sports fan.
Oh, no,
that's going to be a sad day because I think that's going to be the biggest hit is what are they supposed to do? Are they going to risk it, and are they going to be allowed to risk it?
They'll probably be liable for some
well, I feel like it's almost like CTE. You know what you're going to play football, you might end up with CTE. You can't turn around and sue the NFL if you get CTE.
I don't think you should be allowed to sue businesses if you get COVID. Like, what's the business supposed to do, man? Like,
exactly. So if the NFL or NBA, because what, they're supposed to fucking play with the mask on?
That'd be kind of dope to see LeBron out there with a fucking...
it wouldn't be the worst idea, but then... Even then, it's like, okay, those are just the players we're thinking of. Fans? Because I don't see people... Well, there are stupid people that just would be willing to go back into the life because they miss it so much. It's almost like an addiction.
There was a video of Huntington Beach on Twitter the other day. I think it was last night. Fucking full of people.
Really?
Just fucking walking up and down the fucking boardwalk, just chilling.
See, and that's stupidity.
People are just willing to just risk it just to have their life back, really.
And see, I don't know. See, my worry, and I mentioned this the last time we talked, but my worry is, like, there hasn't been a high, like, crime rate lately, but what's going to happen when things finally open up? They're going to be so busy. It's going to be... Like, I fear for people's lives.
Now, it's been crazy, bro, because, what was it, last Tuesday I had to talk to the cops because some guy was walking around, and it was being weird, bro, and then a customer leaves and I'm like, hey, did that guy buy a wheelbarrow? I was like, no. I said, well, he cut the locks and took 2 wheelbarrows. I was like, what the fuck? So I walked out there and he literally cut our fucking locks, took 2 wheelbarrows and drove out. Like $300, $400 worth of fucking wheelbarrows, and I had to talk to the cops and fucking explain it. Then we got an email last week was like, make sure y'all are keeping up with customers because we've had like table saws walk out, ladders, people are just grabbing stuff and running, and like, what the fuck? Like stashing, just running out the fucking thing. So it's like, those are another, like Texas and stuff, like obviously happened here too, but.
Wow.
See?
So people are just looting, bro.
It's so weird to think like why people are that type of way, but I guess it's normal that, like, I don't know.
I feel like that's kind of Roswell too, though. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean by normal.
Fucking sketchy place.
Well, yeah, we had one in San Antonio, one here, and then I think Lubbock had the table saw get ran out and just grabbed and took off.
I don't know. Like,
It's hard to run out with the table saw.
yeah, those suckers are heavy,
Right.
bro.
I mean, it's like a big ass box.
It's
You
like
gotta think,
this
we're
big.
dealing with construction dudes that are fucking massive. Some dudes walk in there like 6'3", 260, dog. They're big fuckers. Like,
Well, no, I get it, but what I'm saying is like you would notice it,
but
right?
you can't really. Well, our
Is
politics
there just a lot of traffic? Like people are just
Dude, lately we
walking
normally
in and
do
out.
like 150, 250 like customer transactions. Now we're touching 450,
Oh.
500 transactions.
double, triple that.
Every fucking day we're
Wow.
dealing with.
And I think it's because people are bored.
they
Well,
just
that's a
go
good
there
thing.
like, hey, I just need like closet fucking shelves and shit. I'm
They're
like,
just redoing their house and
Yeah,
stuff,
just doing
like
dumb
home
shit, bro.
projects.
Alright, coming in there trying to get baseboard and shit. Like, so it's just it's not a lot of fucking transactions like over thousands of dollars. It's just
It's
Just
just a lot of
small
small
ones.
ones.
small transactions, bro.
That's what I feel like everyone's doing, though. They're trying to stay busy, but by staying busy, they still have to leave to go get things to be busy at home.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe they're not essential things that need to be done, but
Keep some
how do you?
sanity.
Yeah, seriously.
That's
Have
why
you been bored at all?
Do these work? Are we
They
gonna
do. We're not using
Oh,
them.
okay. I was
I've
like,
been
about to
just putting them off
drop them
lately.
Yeah, we just.
But what's it called? Have you been bored?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Any advice to how not to be bored?
Man, I like to read. Obviously, I was studying for like an IT exam. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but it's a good time to like start exploring new skills, maybe learn a new language. I watch a ton of history documentaries on YouTube, travel documentaries. There's sports games that are on YouTube, full sports games that are available for free to watch. I've been watching those.
Hell yeah.
So I try to work out at my apartment. Got a little patio outside and just do some push-ups and lunges and shit. You know, nothing too crazy. So
I feel like
right.
Yeah, I think that's what's killing everybody.
it's
It's just boredom.
there. Not a lot of people have creativity become like skills or something different that they're already normally not good at.
Because when you think about it, there's so much on the internet. Like you could literally learn anything you want.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There's like free college courses. Like there's certain universities that just give out free courses in physics, free
Yeah.
courses in math. Like you could almost work on a degree if you wanted to. Like
My thing
there's
is,
really no excuse.
people in jail come out with degrees and like master degrees and something. It's like, why can't we do it? We're quarantined for 24 hours,
Yeah.
able to get on the internet and shit. It's like, people in prison do it. Why can't we?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's just a different time now. Like literally, 2 months ago, things were kind of
Booming, cool as fuck.
Still
You get
chill.
to travel, do some crazy shit. Well, I mean, Fonzie's traveling.
But you were thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could still go wherever, but you got to make sure you understand the rules. Like if we were to go to, let's say, to San Antonio, we have to make sure we understand. Hey, you need a mask, because if we
Well,
get,
I mean, you can go, but everything's closed. So why would you?
is anybody doing anything over there? Like, are they still like anything?
What do you mean?
Like walking down the river, or
The Riverwalk's all closed. Downtown's closed. All of it.
so there's nothing going on.
Yeah, they've uploaded videos of the Riverwalk and it is empty. Ducks and pigeons. That's it.
See, I've been curious because Roach, he was in Vegas right around
Yeah, I
this
talked
time,
to him. Yeah.
and he said it was kind of eerie because like every other slot machine was closed down. Like it was like the screen said whatever message, and every other one. And then he said like the streets are kind of empty, and
That's fucking weird.
of all places, like Vegas though. You ever been to Vegas? It's like popping every hour of the day.
My mindset just popped in. It's like Las Vegas Raiders just moved there, and it's just dead as fuck there. And I was like, yeah, that sucks.
true.
That is very true.
sucks,
The Las
man.
Vegas
That's
Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders. That's weird.
That's weird to say.
It's so odd.
It is very odd.
You always associate Oakland, and doesn't Oakland have like this massive like fan club?
Oh, big
They're
club.
probably the best fucking fans in the world.
Right.
And they're
NFL.
actually loyal,
They're loyal as shit.
but now they're pissed.
Real angry.
Vegas isn't too far.
But I feel like
Still,
Vegas is a city of just tourists, right? Like, who's gonna be a hardcore Las Vegas fan?
That's fucking true.
but
Like-
they did move they put a hockey franchise there.
Did they really?
Yeah, they're
They
called
did
the
pretty
Las
good.
Vegas Golden Knights or whatever.
I mean,
And they've not been bad. I think they went to the Stanley Cup the first year.
And then they won it the next year after that.
No, I don't think they've won yet.
Why do you
I
guys
know.
have toilet paper in here? It's funny.
Oh, that was a gift. Right when we have our theories about it, but a guy that came on to our podcast, it was literally around that first like week or two when toilet paper was flying off the shelves. He's like, "Hey, I got you guys a gift," and we're like, "Oh, what's our gift?" And
Oh,
he's
nice.
like, "Here you go," and he gave us some toilet paper. I was like, "Hey, that's a cool gift," so we just decided to just keep those there.
Nice.
Did you overstock on anything?
I went to Costco in like early March,
Okay.
and I bought like enough food for like a month.
Okay.
So I was set there. And you as single, you just like you get by with little things. You know?
Yes.
Like I don't need that much toilet paper to be honest. Like I bought some. Like I bought a big thing at Costco and I was giving it away to some friends. And because I was like, dude, like, I'm set. Like I don't need a lot of this stuff. So
That's kind of how
I'm
I've
not too
been.
worried about it, man.
There's
If I had a family, I'd probably be a little more worried. But it's just me. You're just like, okay, I'll survive one way or another.
exactly that's how I am.
You know what I mean?
I'm just like,
I wonder. I'm still wondering where he got it from, but
I think he got it from his jizob. I'm not here to
yeah, who cares?
to really investigate. So what else you been doing, man? Just chilling?
Any new books you recommend for the viewers?
The books I've been reading, I'm reading the biography of Harry Truman, which I mean I don't recommend it. I mean if you're interested in it, you should.
Who's Harry Truman?
Oh, he was a president, U.S. president.
I have his little statue out there.
When president like 19th.
No.
No, he was president in like.
Let's see if you got your. I'm Google. I'm gonna fact check you, bro. You read this guy's book.
You know that is a good.
Well, he hasn't been elected in the book that I'm reading yet, but I guess I should know. Let's see. It was.
Stuffed him.
He was a captain in World War II and then in 1918. So
1918.
I mean World War I. Sorry.
Yeah, me. You thinking it was right? You should just get me.
Because World War II is in the 40s, right?
Yeah, it was 39 to 45.
Remember people used to say the 60s were hippies and shit. I started laughing.
That was Vietnam.
I'm like, really? You really are? Really?
So Harry Truman must have been president like 1930 something,
Huh.
right in that decade, I would imagine.
But that's a good topic of discussion. Isn't election year this year?
It is. It sure is, gentlemen.
And so
November's coming pretty soon.
yeah, I would just.
What do you think? You
Oh,
like
well,
Biden or you like Trump?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather just this. Okay, this is my opinion. This is why. This is a good reason why I cannot understand how you allow someone to be in charge for only a small period of time. He is. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan or I hate him. I'm just talking from a just one direction perspective that he's dealing with this situation. He's been dealing with it. I would probably guess if I were to vote or whatever, I think he'll get reelected. But it's like he's dealing with these issues. He might as well continue to deal with them till like they plateau a little, you know, where we're kind of at a good standstill. But I think with all this shit going on, I feel like Joe Biden's at a disadvantage. How is he supposed to get the people's vote when he's technically not allowed to have any prep rallies? Like he can't go and
That's true.
do anything. He can't sway the people. Because I feel like those are important.
I'm not really political, but if I had a choice, which I don't have a choice, I would probably choose Biden.
What do you got?
So, I was really a Bernie fan myself
Right.
because Bernie, since his political career in the 70s when he was governor of Vermont, he has never changed. Like all he's wanted is his brand of socialism, which is free education for all, free medicine for all, tax the wealthy, and that's always been what he's always wanted to this day. I like that about a politician that doesn't switch like on important issues. And he's an independent, you know. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. Because I feel like the fact that we're forced to choose from two parties in a democracy is kind of bullshit. Like, we should have at least 4 or 5 different parties that we can choose from. Like, you're either left or you're right. You're this or you're that. And it's just like, life is never that simple. So why should elections be like that? I wish we had some more parties. But these two parties have a just chokehold on the electoral system that they're not going to ever allow. There's a Libertarian Party, but they can never even get into the debates because even the media is involved in that. The media is like, no, you're too small. And it's like, you should let them. But anyway.
Really?
I think one day
You have to have like a certain amount of donors or a certain amount of like followers or something.
That's kind of dumb.
I think you're stifling democracy when that happens.
That's kind of like, imagine telling the Cleveland Browns they don't have enough talent on their team. They can't go to the Super Bowl. It's like, you can't be a president because you don't have enough.
Well, I mean, people have to follow the leader.
But what if somebody just like hears them and like in the debate they're like, oh no.
Well, that's what they hope is the case, right?
Yeah.
It's like if he speaks loud enough, someone might hear him, and that's where the people. I've always said a leader doesn't get to pick or choose if they're a leader. A leader is chosen by the people that follow them. That's how that works. You have to be a leader by example, I guess. I just think.
Is Trump really like? Was he a leader before this?
No, he was popular.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these people could be popular if they gave them a chance to get into the debates and get into the extracurricular bullshit that comes with political shit. But they're like, oh, you're too small. Stay your ass where stay.
I mean, they have a chance. It's not like they don't have a chance, but their chance is very small.
Yes.
It's almost
There's a chance, but it's pretty slim. But in regards to Trump or Biden, I'd like to see Biden win. I don't think he will. I think Trump stands a good chance of being reelected because his approval rating has kind of stayed the same. It's like 46% of Americans approve of him. But what's crazy is like during a national emergency like Bush during 9/11, his approval rating soared to like 90%.
Oh, wow.
And so you would think that usually when a crisis happens with the president and it's re-election year, he will get re-elected because the people rally around him and are like, yeah, you know, we didn't like him before, but now that we're in this messed up situation, he's our guy. We approve of him and he gets re-elected. That's how Bush got re-elected. But Trump's numbers are not moving. They're not growing like they should. Why? Because he has not handled this situation appropriately at all. I feel like you could replace this guy with anybody else with the fucking plumber, and I think it would be just fine. Like, I don't think Trump has this extraordinary ability to lead people, or he's this intelligent person, or he's a fuckhead. I think he's an idiot, but he's probably going to win again. He's funny, like, he's entertaining.
That's what I like about him.
But I don't think a president is supposed to be funny or entertaining because people don't take us seriously.
See, I think that's where Obama kind of fell short. Like, I felt like he tried to be too involved in everything.
Yeah,
he was real into, like, the college basketball shit. And I get it. Like, it's cool. Like, you're the president and these are America's sports and shit. But sometimes I'm like, you're just not, like, I was like, how serious are you taking things? And Donald's even worse than that. He's tweeting. He makes jokes about, what did he call it? The China virus or whatever? Like, all this stuff. Like, yeah, it's funny.
China.
But it's like, bro, like, I need some seriousness out of you, especially during a time like this.
I can't fuck with Trump.
I feel like the American public has forgiven so much of everything that he's done. All his lies, all his bullshit, all his terrible leadership, all his racism, all his stupidity. Like, he is just a moron. He's just an old man. There's rumors out there that he's like not on cocaine, but like on accelerators, like pills that fucking wire him up, you know?
Really?
Yes.
I gotta look into that.
And so it's like, I don't like him. I don't want him as a president, like, at all. But, like I was saying, the American people are forgiven a lot. I feel like if the economy tanks, I feel like coronavirus combined with the economy tanking, going into a depression, I don't know if America will forgive that. I don't know. I feel like they're going to be like, we're so low right now. The depression is so shitty right now. What do we got to lose? Let's gamble it on Biden. I don't know.
See, but that would be a risky I would feel worse for Biden because he's being thrown into the fire.
That's how Obama was when he got elected.
That's true.
The economy was in a depression. Bush left the country in like shambles, and he picked it up. Remember, one of the first thing he did was bail out all the banks because if not,
It would have been screwed.
it would have been real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Trump has the highest unemployment rate in the history
Exactly.
of presidents, bro. So.
Yeah, but
and he's supposed to get reelected with that is my question.
I mean, it's true, but it's also like, is it his fault?
Yes, you're the president.
It doesn't matter if it's his fault.
But that's what I mean.
Because
Is
he's
are
in
people
charge
not
right
gonna
now.
look back and be like, "This is how I know
Stats are
people
stats,
are.
bro.
This is how I know people are dumb." They've been gifted this $1,200 stimulus check, and they're gonna
Fuck.
look like, "Hey, he gave me free money. Why not reelect him?" I just see people being that dumb.
That's true.
I didn't even keep that. So
It's not even about the other shit, like you said. How stupid is he? How bad
If
decision.
Trump was president or not, if somebody else was president, we would have gotten that money. Because
Yes.
it wasn't Trump, it was Congress.
Yes.
It was all of our representatives, senators.
But he had to sign it
He-
off.
I heard he delayed it because he wanted his signature to be on the checks.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
would have gotten it sooner, but he was like, I gotta sign, guys.
Because he's playing the cards right. He's not
About
stupid.
is himself.
Yeah, that
I didn't see a signature on my direct deposit, so.
Right, yeah.
that's true. That's true. I didn't see his
Hey,
name.
At the same time,
Were we supposed to get paper checks?
some people did.
A lot of people do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they use different kinds of tax people, so that certain taxes doesn't go direct deposit, they just do it in-house. So there was direct deposited through them, so it's not
Oh,
globally known for their.
that's crazy.
bullshit.
People are still that old school.
Yeah, so like I used TurboTax, so I got my shit pretty fast.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens in November.
Is that the date? Is that the time you think? Oh, you're thinking
What the
election.
election? Yeah, the election is in November.
Does it really matter who's president at the end of the day?
Not really. There are certain issues that the president has a lot of sway over, like immigration. Like he can just sign whatever he wants, and immigration law changes like pretty quickly. But like, the biggest thing that a president is supposed to do is represent the United States at a global scale to other countries and say, "Hey, I'm representing my country. This is our position." You know, China, Japan, Russia, whatever. And he's supposed to be our leader at war. Like those are the two biggest things. But then I feel like there's a military-industrial complex that just. I feel like the CIA or the well, not the FBI, the CIA and the military, the Pentagon, go up to Trump and say, "Hey, like, these are all the illegal missions that no one knows about. These are all the people we're killing. These are all the assassinations that are taking place. We're invading all of these countries. We just want you to know. You don't need to fucking say yes or no. It's not up to you. It's already happening."
That's kind of scary to tell.
And I don't think
boy
Trump
something.
is in a position to say stop it or no. I think the Pentagon would just be like, "Dude, you're an idiot. Like, we're not going to listen to you. We're going to keep doing whatever we want."
But then that would be like being quite like hypocritical, wouldn't it? Because when Donald was doing what he wanted to do, and everybody called him out on his shit.
But you gotta think, bro. That's kind of fucking crazy to tell that fool any kind of secret shit. You'd be just on Twitter.
Right?
Just tweeting shit.
That's true, that's-
Guys, fucking
Just had a
dumbass.
meeting with the CIA operative. Looks like we're losing money big on this operation.
You
Aliens
got
are
you
real.
got to buy.
You're fired.
Yeah, some
You know?
shit.
That I don't know, man.
Trump is a sketchy motherfucker, right?
Like, would you trust him with fucking nuclear codes?
I don't even trust him with
No.
my money.
And then the whole shit that came out with what's his name from Korea? What's his name?
Kim Jong-un? We
Yeah,
haven't seen him in like 2 weeks.
yeah, bro. He had open heart surgery.
Oh, did he? I didn't even
Yeah, that's what happened, I guess.
Dang, what the-
But see, there was so many rumors.
They said he
Like,
was
in a
vegetation state.
Like in a coma.
Yeah, bro. But then they said he was good the other day.
The memes was
They have to
funny,
lie.
bro.
They're not gonna say he's dead. If he dies, we won't know about it for months, bro. I bet.
You think so?
They
They
showed
can
a
keep
picture of
that
his
shit
sister, bro.
hidden.
She looks scary as fuck.
She would take over.
She would take over for him, and she looked
Oh, really?
fucking scary, dog.
Man, I feel so sorry for those people, dude.
She looked in like you could see like nothing but hate in her eyes, like soul eyes.
I'm
Like,
about to fuck this country up.
like I was like,
Damn,
holy
imagine.
Slave labor, concentration
Yeah,
camps.
what's that movie called with fucking funny fuckers?
The
Oh,
interview.
the interview.
The interview, dog.
That's a
That,
good
the
one.
memes was funny
I
as
saw
fuck.
that
That
earlier,
shit.
actually.
Dog. I don't know, man.
These
But I
fucking
feel like,
resurgence.
see, this should be a. I don't know. Maybe I'm just that person that I feel like, what is it called when you want everybody to have everything like equally?
An egalitarian.
Yeah.
Communism.
There you go. Like, I feel like
Oh, so you're a dirty communist.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Hold on.
Why is he dirty? Because he's Mexican.
I guess where I was getting at is
dirty.
I feel like this is the moment where why can we not finally come together as a whole? Like, as one Earth that we are.
Aww.
Because, well, it's like China's fucked. China's like, what was it? Italy's pretty fucked. We're getting fucked. Everyone's fucked right now. Why can't we not work together to get out of all this fucksness?
You know who's not fucked? Antarctica.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because Trump has ruined our relationships with all of our partners, our allies in Europe. Europe does not look to the United States again. The partners that the U.S. has is the dictator in Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, the dictator in Russia, Vladimir Putin. Those are Trump's buddies, bro. Like, he's always shouting out the dictator in Turkey. His name is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. So those are like our buds. Trump loves those guys and is always shouting them out on
I was going to
Twitter.
say, those are Trump's buds.
Yeah, well, they're the U.S. buds. Like, and then the democracies of the world, like in Europe, Trump's like, fuck y'all, I don't want anything to do with you because America first. He pulled out of the Paris Accord, the climate agreement. He doesn't like the EU, the European Union. So it's like we're just alienating all of our friends. We're just cutting them off.
Saying fuck them.
And that's why you're saying, why can't we all just be friends and hold hands and be nice to everyone? Because Trump doesn't want that. Trump wants to kick out all the immigrants, not be friends with anybody.
Is the wall still being
The wall is being built.
Fuck, I still ain't seen it yet.
There's sections where, like, because it's crazy because it's private land. Like in Texas, those are people's homes and their ranches, and he is building on top of their shit.
That was a G.
That's pretty savage.
That's savage.
He doesn't care.
If it was me, I would get shot.
It's because it just blows my mind that if you watch Narcos, like fucking El Chapo builds tunnels, bro, your wall is not gonna do shit.
Yeah, it's only
Like, I will give him that whenever there was that huge immigration spike, and there was hundreds of thousands of people that were crossing the border. Like, I get it, that was an extraordinary time. How he handled it, putting people in cages and shit, was fucked up. The immigration system is really fucked up, but instead of throwing money at a wall and cages, why not throw more money at immigration judges and immigration processes that speed things up to where, like, okay, if you're going to deport them, then deport them. Like, that's your right as a president. Like, you get to say that. You get to say, sorry, dude, you're here without documents. You got to go.
What's the right on that?
But he fucked it up.
But
It's
like
just terrible.
But like fasten the process to get people legally into the states.
People wait years and years for their immigration hearings, bro. And you've got little kids that are in fucking cages. Like, I volunteer with this immigration attorney in San Antonio because there's a shelter for all the immigrant minors, the unaccompanied minors that came in. There's a shelter in San Antonio for them. And they're still waiting to see if they're going to go to a judge and what the judge is going to say. And these are kids, bro, like, and not only that, but since they're not residents or citizens, they don't have the right to an attorney. So the judge is the only person that says yes or no. And so, like, we're working with them to try to advocate for them and go up to the judge and be like, no, look, like, this little kid is really good at math and he's got family and he's really talented at this and you should let him stay because he wants to be an engineer or some shit like that, you know? Mm-hmm. Try to paint them as a human and not just a number.
There you go.
So, the good thing is that we have judges that have control of that part. Mm-hmm. Trump doesn't get to intervene until a judge, hey, you can't do this. So we have that. The system of checks and balances that allows our judges to be impartial. And we have a good judge in San Antonio, from what I know, that will work with immigrants. So
that's good. I don't know. That shit's crazy too, how people aren't allowed here. But I get it. I understand it. It's like you can't overpopulate us with people that aren't supposed to be here.
Imagine if USA's like Americans try to go to Canada. It's like
Well, we could.
Well, what's
You
crazy
said
is
that
like
a fucking car, don't you?
is
Yeah,
there were a lot of
That's what I'm saying.
since there's so many COVID cases in the U.S. and there's not as many in Central America and South America, Americans are banned from going to Central American countries like Honduras.
See, I was curious about that because I
Like,
hadn't heard anything about
How
South
fucking
America.
ironic is that?
That is weird.
They're like,
It's
no,
weird.
gringo, go back.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, motherfucker.
Damn, that sucks.
But then it's like hotter than shit over there.
It's pretty
I'd rather
fucking hot
be
in
hot
Mexico,
as
bro.
I'd rather be hot as fuck than have to be concerned with COVID, low key. I'd rather be hot as fuck.
I don't know. That's a different hot. That's right by the equator.
It's hotter at the equator.
Fuck yeah, it's not at the
It
equator.
is hotter.
You think this all ends in a war? Like, especially if Donald Trump gets reelected?
Yeah.
Because isn't the common thing of depression leading to war?
Not necessarily. And first of all, like, the way that wars are fought now are not your traditional World War II types, where we
battlefields and
right, like it's more about drones. It's more about just fucking us launching missiles from battleships.
okay.
We don't use really soldiers. We don't really invade anymore.
Okay.
Because Afghanistan was a total fuck up, right? Like
Yeah,
Iraq is still a shithole. Like really, we're on a losing streak with wars. Like since like Vietnam, it's been bad. So technically, like we're in wars right now. And there's what are called proxy wars. So like it's really a war between the U.S. and Russia, but it takes place in Syria, and so that's a proxy war, and that's been happening too, where the Russians pick the dictator in Syria, because the Middle East is such an important position that they need to back somebody and have a friend there, you know. And the U.S. just we've got Israel in the Middle East. They're huge. They love Trump, bro. In Israel, they named a whole neighborhood after him. And with a big old sign, like Trump's neighborhood. Because
I want to go see that shit.
the thing is, bro, is that one of the biggest donors to Trump, his name is Sheldon Adelson, and he owns a bunch of Las Vegas casinos, and he's like super wealthy, right? And he's Jewish, and he's like, has all these things that he wants for Israel. So Trump, of course, was like, hey, what do you want me to do? We'll move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. All right, got it. Give more money to Israel. All right, got it. Give them more weapons and shit. So politicians that can be bought. Trump just, he wants money. Like, that's it. When Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia finally realized what it takes to be Trump's friend, it's just money. And to Saudi Arabia, money's nothing, right? Because they're just super wealthy. So they bought like $200 billion worth of weapons. And that was whenever, they bought like aircraft carriers and fighter jets and shit like that. And that was whenever they murdered that journalist, Khashoggi. And Trump was like, look, this guy was not even a U.S. citizen. He's giving me $200 billion, so I'm not canceling the deal. Like, sad about this guy that died, but we're going to go ahead with this deal. I'm going to sell him weapons.
$2 billion worth of weapons.
That's
He's like-
exactly what he said, bro.
He's like,
that's
screw
exactly what he
it.
said.
He's like, screw it, bro. It's apples and oranges. We're gonna make this money and just let the water flow under the bridge.
Basically.
I ain't gonna lie,
That's
like
fucked
some
up,
shit
man.
Trump does is kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
I
It
think
is.
I think it'd be fun for another 4 years if it happens. It might happen.
I don't
Have
know.
fun.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It seems like it's already been longer than 4 years.
Right.
That's how I feel.
It's crazy that it's already been 4 years because it feels like it's been longer.
Yes.
But yeah, man, he's a character for sure. I just want somebody smart and somebody that's like
What's the other candidate's name?
a little likable. I don't like Biden, but I just think about the people that he'll surround himself with, which will be intelligent people that aren't like crazy racist motherfuckers that Trump has, and I feel like they'll actually like do presidential things. You know, not like fucking Trump is
Everybody the pussy.
like, yes, for one. But it's like, man,
I get
a
you
lot of the
saying.
people that Trump surrounds himself with, like when he was getting investigated, all of his campaign people, they all got arrested for felonies for lying to the FBI.
Oh my gosh.
all his friends are felons, bro.
That's weird.
And it's like, this guy's our president? It's just fucking weird, bro.
I don't feel like any president's been smart.
Not since I've been born. I don't know. I ain't seen shit.
Well, like, most presidents graduate from Ivy League colleges and have.
But Donald didn't, did he?
No.
No, I don't think so.
It's not a requirement. I feel like an IQ test should be a requirement to be president. I think you need to be at least a certain amount of smart to be able to run the country. You can't just be like
average.
Fucking Joe Blow off the street. Hey man, I got a job for you. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I feel like happens though. That's what I'm saying. How did Donald even get involved in this?
I thought it
That's
was.
what
I
I'm
thought
thinking.
it was memed at first. I thought people were memeing it, like Trump's running for president, and then
But then it was like Hillary too. It's like, how are these the two candidates for our country?
I guess you're right. I'd rather have Trump than Hillary.
Trump never expected to get this far and win.
I don't think so.
He was just in it for the money. He was in it to make his name big, promotion, publicity, go to my hotels, go to my golf courses, visit my properties. And then when he became the nominee, he was like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm actually going to win this shit. Like, I was just in it for the money, is really what I think was going through his mind.
He was low-key pissed.
Because then whenever...
So sad, huh?
I think so. Because whenever they found out that Mueller was going to be investigating him, his exact quotes were like, I'm so fucked, or like, I'm so fucking... something like that. Like, he was saying, like, I'm going to jail. Like, because of all the fucked up things that I did.
But do you think they're really going to put a president in fucking jail?
You're not allowed to. It's illegal. Not while he's president.
I don't think
So maybe after?
Afterward, he can be charged with crimes, yes.
Yeah, that nigga's going to jail.
But he's old as shit already, though.
And he's white, and he's got a lot of money.
Him
Yeah.
and Bill Cosby can be roommates.
That's fucked up.
Hey, be like that sometimes.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I am curious
I should never
because-
said Bill Cosby.
No,
and Donald
fuck
Trump
Bill
the same.
Cosby.
Yeah, that
Fuck him.
fucker. Nah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting here. I feel like it should be interesting now,
Do you think?
but I feel like the focal point is COVID. Like nobody. I don't think. I've not seen. I feel like COVID's taking over all platforms.
anything.
Social media, news, everything. Everything's COVID. I haven't heard anything about, other than I seen the Bernie thing, how he dropped out. That was like, and it was like small, no one really talked about it, and that was it, and it was over within the blink of an eye.
Well, yeah, I seen that too. But I was just like,
And it's like, well, no one's talking about it, so then people are gonna be like, who's Joe Biden, or if they haven't been following.
Joe Biden's like
You know what worries
89
me?
years old.
That's pretty good. Well, Trump's like 72.
I think he's older
75.
than that.
Biden's
Yeah.
gonna die before his 4 years are up.
Yeah, we've got some bad choices, guys.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, why
got.
is it a young person?
Where's Michelle Obama at, bro?
Ooh,
That would
okay.
be.
Let's see. Yeah.
That'd be pretty fire.
Where's Obama's lady at, bro? Come on.
Shit. Where's The Rock, bro? The Rock.
Nah,
Badass,
Joe
bro.
Rogan.
Hey,
Yes.
you got a
Joe
point.
Rogan would be such a good
You
president.
got a point there. You got a
He would
point
be
there.
the
I
best
I don't think he's
president.
old enough yet, though. He's only like 40.
Who can?
You have to be 33 years old to be
Okay,
president.
then he
See,
might
I
be old
could
enough.
be
He
president.
might be
Next
old enough.
election, I'll run.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll be
I'll vote, dude.
the liberal.
This is,
Hey, you got 2 votes right here.
No, that's how it starts. Beard Bros follow.
that's
all my
300,
campaign.
that's 300 people right there.
Follow my campaign.
In
vote.
4 years, we should probably have about like 1 million. So you probably be able to run for president,
A
bro.
million followers. That'd be sick.
You and Logan Paul.
He'll be my vice president. I'll make you my vice president, dog. You got your shit
I got
together.
you.
You be like
I
my
got you.
treasurer or something.
I'm still a nigga. I'm taking all the money. I'm making anything with money. I'm
I just
taking
want
it.
you to legalize it. That's my only
Bro,
requirement.
you're sorry. Slap made.
Legalize what?
Marijuana.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say something else. I was like, damn, boy.
I've been changing that United States logo in the White House
Just a
office.
weed plant.
It's gonna be a
better-
big ass yes symbol.
Give me a big old beard bros. Give me a big old beard bros. Like,
You know, a lot of people like us president.
that would be crazy. Nah, I don't know. I've thought
Here's what scares me, dude.
okay.
And what happens is, whenever there are times of emergencies in the world, the government says, hey man, to protect you, we have to do this. Which
Okay.
means take away our civil liberties.
I was
Like,
gonna
we
say
have to
that.
give up liberties to be more protected.
Okay.
So what happened is, like, during 9/11 and Afghanistan and Iraq and all that shit, they started monitoring all our emails, phone calls, text messages, all the cameras everywhere. We were being monitored, like, all day.
Mhm.
That's legal. Like, they do that. We did not agree to that. That shit did not get voted on.
That was the NSA, brother.
And so I feel like with this, if they start passing laws, they're gonna sneak shit in. Like, because how quickly did they get us to just stay in our homes and not go anywhere? How quickly did they shut
Overnight?
businesses down?
Then they're gonna be like, you can
Overnight?
only have 2 guns in your home.
Like, in reality, where does it say in the Constitution that you can lock my ass inside my apartment and not let me get out?
Ask China.
Like, that's
they want
not-
doors.
That's not legal. Like, I should be allowed to leave if I want. I get it. I get the emergency. I get the virus that is contagious and shit. I'm just looking at it from a legal point of view. I don't think it's legal. And so how quickly do we just give up our liberties and say, yeah, like, whatever you want to do. Like, do you need my fucking email password? Do you need my iPhone password? Like, here you go. Keep me safe. And so when you give so much power to the government's not going to be a good steward about it and is not going to respect your wishes. Like, they will abuse that shit. They will.
And that's what you fear?
Yeah.
Is that they're gonna sneak little bullshits here and there,
Mhm.
and it's gonna go under the radar because we're too fucking focused on staying healthy?
Yes.
Did you see that shit with the government? It was like by state. It shows like who needs the government the most, like government assistance.
Mm.
It was like New Mexico was number 1.
Yes.
Really?
All the HUD,
Yeah.
food stamps and shit.
And then Kansas was like 50th.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were like they were the least ones that needed it.
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That they do that already, and now who knows what they're gonna do
To
moving
implement
forward.
something crazier on us, like
It ought to be interesting.
probably see a lot of homeless.
That's what you're saying. I
I
mean,
feel like I've seen a lot more homeless people in Roswell. Just this past 24 hours that I've been here. They're just kind of everywhere.
Well, no
now.
one else is out, so you can't really depict who's homeless and who's not. But now the only homeless is out, so you're like, yeah, that's homeless.
Yeah, well, he's walking around with like his blanket and like
oh yeah.
he looks homeless, you know.
He's just cold.
It's
Oh,
fucking 90 degrees out there, and it barely gets like 50 at night now, so it's kind of chilling.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. All this shit sucks, but I don't know. I guess I'm one of those guys that I don't have to like learn the hard way kind of way, because I feel like people press and then they like. It's like when your parents tell you like don't do that, and then you keep doing it until someone gets hurt, and then that's when you want somebody to fix the issue.
Yeah.
It's like I know it sucks, but it sucks for all of us. So let's just let it play its course, and then start to gradually figure it out. But jumping back in like it's not a big deal, I think that's what's going to end up happening. People are going to get sick, and the death rate's going to go higher or whatever. Maybe just confirmed cases,
That's what
and then we're gonna be back to square one again.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna open and it's gonna close as fast as it opens again, because as fucked up as it might sound, I think that's what's gonna happen. People are just gonna be like ruthless, going to movies with 20, 30 people in the movie theater, and boom, 20, 30, then 20, 30, and another fucking. There's 10 fucking things. That's what 300 people right there. Fucking
Yeah.
Just could get contagious off of one person that's sitting there.
There's a lot of movie theaters that are closing down.
That's what I think's
A lot
gonna.
of gyms are closing down.
They should
Gyms.
just open up some, what do you call it, drive-throughs.
Yeah,
It
but
shouldn't
then
be
once
too-
things
yeah.
get back to normal, do you not think that those will shut down and then?
But if it's not as normal as we expect it to be normal, then that'd be the new normal.
I feel like movie theaters should close down anyway, just because there's so much content on TV, and we have such nice TVs now, that it's like, why do you even go to the movies? I don't like to go
Me neither.
because there's always kids that are running around, yelling, crying, screaming. People are on their phones. People are loud. They're expensive.
That shit just expensive.
That is
I
expensive.
just
It's like $8 a
I used to
ticket.
go to movies a lot. My friends loved the movies. Like, I hate movies. I don't like to. My attention span's so short.
Movies.
My attention span's so short. I'm not like watching an hour-long movie or 2-hour-long movie.
I like movies. I just don't like going to the movies. Like you said, I'd rather be able to pause and stop to go piss, grab me another snack, a drink. I hate spending money and then I miss 5 minutes because I had to go stand in line.
That's true, because I do like drinking while I'm watching movies. So
Yeah, it's
I can't drink.
it's
Movie
more
theater.
So.
to my own leisure.
Wait, yeah, you can.
You're right. I'll be taking shooters.
Imagine a movie theater that you can just get all lit
I'm
at.
pretty sure there is.
There
one.
are.
There are.
There's
They're
one in El
in
Paso.
Texas, yeah.
In Paso, they have one.
Yeah,
They even
that'd
bring
be-
you like a fucking meal. You can eat a meal while you're fucking watching a movie.
Yeah, you guys haven't been to the Alamo movie theaters?
Nah.
Really,
Shit,
no.
guys, those are the bomb. Those are where it's like, it's a restaurant because you have a waiter and you have a little table
Yeah.
and you've got a menu, but there's the screen. And so you just write whatever you want, like, oh, popcorn or, but this, like, you can get plates, like, not a steak maybe, but like sandwiches and like shit like
slice
that.
of pizza.
Yeah, pizza,
Okay.
hot dog, boom, and then they read it and they're like, all right, bring it right out. And they come in the middle of the movie, like. and
See,
they
that's
bring it-
dope. Movie theaters need to upgrade to that shit.
The Alamo's so good, dude. And they
Yeah.
have like, I went to one screening of Elf, the Christmas movie with Will Ferrell, and they'll have like,
Damn, boy. That shit was 2009.
well, they do it every Christmas. It's a Christmas movie.
I thought
man.
you were
Okay.
saying like back in the day. I'm like, damn, boy.
No, dude. They there's a scene where they have a snowball fight,
Okay.
and they give you like balloons, and you air them up, and you have a snowball fight in the movie theater.
Hey,
Oh,
that
lit.
fire.
And they
dope.
do stuff like that. It's really cool.
See, if movie theaters were like that, I'll be there all the time. Shit,
Fine.
every fucking what are they called?
I think the last movie I enjoyed was probably like Endgame.
I think that's the last movie I think I went to.
Avengers.
Was the Avengers shit. Simpsons.
And that was kind of
Oh, I
fun.
saw Bad Boys.
Well, that was actually pretty good too. I watched that
Pretty
too.
good.
I watched it here.
Martin Lawrence is getting old,
Fucking
bro.
fat.
Oh, that,
Don't
well,
go to
Will
these
Smith
stuff.
too, bro.
Hey, but
Will Smith still looks good, bro.
Yeah,
But
he's
he's
still
old
looking
as
good.
shit, bro.
Well,
When you look at Fresh
hey.
Prince and to
Well,
now,
Daddy was like 19.
I want to see you in fucking middle school to now, bro.
oh boy, I gained a 200.
Dog, low key, my brother's probably like, what, 110?
In middle school? Fuck, I probably.
It was.
I was a scrawny ass little kid.
Me and you were on the football team at Mountain View, bro.
I wonder where those pictures are. Bro, we were
I've got my
like,
yearbook.
I remember
Who
though.
had the prettiest eyes? You and somebody else.
Oh yeah, your eyes are
So I always looked at that shit. I always looked at that shit to see like this
That's so
was
pretty.
No, but we used to.
small ass motherfucker back in the
I
day.
remember the pads were too. Because nowadays pads, you can get pads that are fitted for you. Fuck no, these
Back in
fuckers
the
are all
day,
big ass fuckers.
I was really skinny, dude, and those pads were big. I just looked like a little kid in
Yes,
little football
Me
pads.
It
too.
shit reminds me of like watching like drafts and LeBron's in this big ass suit, like white suit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck is going on? This was.
Those are the good old
It
days,
wasn't
man.
fitted or nothing.
Fashion wasn't like as big of a hit as it is nowadays.
Oh,
Do you
it was
notice that with
fucking
fashion,
fuck.
it's like what used to be cool, like in the '80s, is cool now,
Oh yeah.
and then like I feel like old trends come back, right?
Always.
Eventually.
And then like what's cool now, like you're already behind, I guess. But it might be cool in like 10 years.
What?
Like anything.
Like whatever
It's
trend is
whatever-
up
Oh,
now.
you're
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to it. I just wear whatever I want. But something like that, yeah.
No, you're right. It shit just always comes
I
back.
just wear a lot of expensive shit, and if it's cool for me, I don't give a fuck if you like it, really.
Okay.
Like this shit, type of shit, like this, like it just looks like a regular ass shirt. It's just like.
That's different, man. That's a cool little floral pattern you got there.
So just wear it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't,
You know?
just tuck
Just
it
my
away.
ass.
Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like,
Fuck
shit.
off.
That's how I feel about fashion. Like, just be you kind of thing. And fucking
Right.
wear what you want.
I don't know. It's been crazy these last couple months.
I wish it wasn't like this though. I wish I could go to the bar and meet a little horny. Or something.
That's
You know what
that's what you miss. What do you miss? Out of all things that's been taken away, what is
Yeah,
something you
go to
miss?
the bars, man.
Just meeting, not this horny. Because I just say that because to be funny, but like
Oh.
just to fucking
Just to mingle.
Just
Going
to
to
mingle.
the bars and hanging out with my friends.
Because I gotta be on social media and hope they respond.
Going to games,
like,
going to sports games.
I think that's what I miss is the sports.
That's probably-
Like just watching, like right now, the playoffs for basketball and hockey are supposed to be going on. Baseball's already supposed to be, a go. Like hiking got canceled.
I miss vacations, bro. Like trying to plan like a trip.
Yeah, you just said you missed out on a
That's what I-
vacation.
That's what I miss the most. Fucking cool.
Yeah, those are bummers, dude.
So
You
yeah.
need to get this to work, bro.
They work.
I
It's just I haven't wanted
You need
to
to
mess
hook
with
it up
them.
so that.
What, you're gonna spit some bars?
We can do that off camera.
Yeah,
That's
Don't
funny.
tempt me. We'll lose listeners, bro. We'll lose subscribers.
Nah, bro, we might actually get more. Hey, okay, so we're about to end this video, but I want to implement this again. You guys heard it on the food review on Wednesday, but I'm going to say it again if we haven't gotten there, which we better have already fucking gotten there. But if we haven't gotten there, we're only 8 subscribers away from 300.
Actually, I haven't checked today, so it might be less. But
No, it was 8. It was 292 that last I checked. So if we're not there yet, get us there. And if we are there, let's work on 400 now. So
yeah, grab your grandma's phone, go to
Just
YouTube,
subscribe.
and subscribe to us, motherfucker.
somebody just subscribe. We
Just
want.
make a lot of fake accounts.
There's homeless people that need accounts.
Yeah, they
Let's
go
get
up
those
on your
people
phone for
Shit.
5 seconds and then give them
That's
a meal. But
Assholes.
I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Comment in the comment section your opinion. Like, pick a date when you think shit's gonna get back to normal. So comment
Just put
Just
November
a date.
30th. Put November 30th.
whatever date you think is gonna get back to normal. Whatever. I want to hear and see. Thanks, Fonz. Another
a
solid
pleasure.
one. Next time, you guys. I don't fucking know. I'm already drained.
He's drunk off a Gatorade.
I'm drunk
Off of the
off the blue, cool blue.
Lucky.
That's how cool I am.
I'm not even drunk off the Cayman. Yeah.
Like, subscribe, comment, press the bell. Till next time with the Beard Bros. Peace.
Peace.